What's up guys, it's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with another photography video, and today we're actually going to be talking about buying used photography gear online. I'm going to go over one of the best places you can go to actually get used photography gear and renewed photography gear to save yourself a lot of money if you want to get into photography. Now, I got into photography seriously about 7 months ago when I bought my first DSLR camera. This is my Nikon D 3400, and when I bought it, I really didn't do enough research at first, so it only came with the 18 to 55 kit lens, and everyone can say hello to the cat who always wants to interrupt my videos whenever I'm trying to do something. You just have to have all the attention, don't you? Okay, let's get her out of the way here. But as I was saying, so when I bought my Nikon D 3400, it only came with the 18 to 55 kit lens, which you'll quickly find out is not going to really cover you for a lot of the things you might want to do. For example, if you want to take wildlife photography or shoot sports or even do some nighttime sky photography or things like that, the 18 to 55 kit lens is only going to get you so far. That's not saying it's a bad lens at all. It's actually a good thing when you get your camera to kind of stick with one lens and just shoot as much as you can with it and get to know your lens and just get to learn how to use the camera. But after a couple months, I quickly found that I needed more lenses. I really wanted to get a zoom lens because I like to do a lot of hiking and take wildlife photography, and I also like to do a lot of photography with waterfalls and other things. But I still got some really good shots with this lens, as I've shown on the channel, and I'll show some more later on. I still use this lens quite a bit despite getting a few other ones. Now when I did start looking at lenses, one of the things I quickly discovered was just how expensive this hobby can be. Camera lenses can cost several hundred to several $1,000s depending on the quality of the glass you're getting and the size of the lens. And I quickly found that a lot of the lenses I was interested in actually cost more than my camera. So that created a little bit of a dilemma, since I'm kind of budget savvy and I didn't want to blow all of my money on just one or two lenses. So I was looking around. I was watching a couple lenses on Amazon. They were newer refurbs, and of course they were full price. And then I came across some videos on YouTube, and also a few people had mentioned check out KEH.com, and that's actually the website we're going to be talking about today, and the company we're going to be talking about today. And I went on there and I was really amazed at what I found. All the lenses I was looking at buying, I found them much cheaper, and all kinds of different value ratings and everything on there. We're going to look at the website in a minute. I'll just go over all that with you guys so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But I was able to pick up 3 new lenses for basically the cost of what one lens would have cost me on Amazon. So I was able to actually get a replacement for my kit lens. This is a Sigma 17 to 70 millimeter lens with a 2.8 aperture, which is great because the kit lens is 3.5. So getting that 2.8 lets a lot more light in, lets you take some cleaner pictures. Also is really good for nighttime photography, which is something I've been doing quite a bit of. I was also able to get the Nikon fixed 35 millimeter lens, which is a prime lens, and it's a 1.8 aperture. This is a really good lens. It is a fixed focal length, so that can be a bit of a hindrance and take a little bit getting used to. But it's a pretty good, almost wide-angle lens, and I like to use this for landscapes and shooting waterfalls and things like that. So pretty good lens there. And then also what has been my favorite so far is I was able to pick up the, this is the AFP ED 4.5 to 6.3 70 to 300 millimeter telephoto zoom lens for Nikon as well. This has probably been my favorite lens to use so far. I'm going to be doing a review on all 3 of these lenses. Not really a review, more of a field test with some photo examples and things that you can see from those. But I've been getting a lot of work out of the 70 to 300. I've got some great wildlife pictures with it. Been able to get a lot of good bird pictures. I got some really great owl pictures the other day on the Greenway Trail that I go to over here by the house. So really been really excited about these lenses. And here's the cool thing. I got all 3 of these lenses for right around $400. Now just this 70 to 300 telephoto zoom right here, this would have probably cost me about $300 by itself. The fixed 35 was going for about $200 to $250 new from what I could see, and then the Sigma 17 to 70 was about anywhere from like $180 to $300. So basically for the cost of what one of those lenses almost would have been, I was able to get 3 lenses on the website. So I bought all of these. These were all, I believe, in either excellent or bargain quality, which their bargain quality they rate from a 70 to 79. And for example, this Sigma lens, was a bargain quality lens, and it came with a lens hood, it came with the caps and everything. And I'm not sure how well you can tell on the video here, but this lens is essentially brand new. It's even got a lock thing here for the focus ring, and I mean, it's very smooth, and the focus ring is very smooth. Everything on this lens, it's almost as if this lens was brand new, and this was rated 70 to 79 on their website, so it's pretty amazing. And some other people I've talked to who have bought the lenses or any kind of products from their site have said the same thing. Like, even their bargain quality that they rate a little bit lower is almost like new from anywhere else. So while I was a little skeptical at first, I'm completely convinced. I've been shooting with these lenses for about a week and a half now, and they've all been amazing. They all work perfectly. The glass is great. Everything's clear. The pictures I'm getting are really, really good. And like I said, I'm going to be doing an individual field test for each one of these lenses that I'll put up on the channel at a later time. I just want to put them all through their paces and make sure I get a good variety of shots with them and get a good feel for all three of them before I start talking about them. But with that having been said, let's take a look at their website, and that way you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about with all the products they offer and the rating system and everything else. So let's get into that. So here we are on KEH.com, supposedly the smarter way to buy and sell, and that is pretty much true. In the background here, you're just going to be seeing me go through the website, looking at all the various things they have to offer. You can get pretty much anything you could imagine when it comes to cameras and camera gear. They even sell drones, they have hunting scopes, they have tripods, they have camera bags, they have apparel, they have camera lenses, just pretty much anything that has to do with photography and film and video and things you can find on this website. And their prices are all incredibly reasonable. You can buy used equipment that's still in really, really good shape and save yourself a ton of money. So if you want to get into photography, if it's something you've been thinking about for a while, you can get an entry-level DSLR here, probably $200 or $300 cheaper than you would buying it new, and it's probably going to be in just as good a condition. Now, as I was talking about earlier, they do have ratings on their site. They have basically new, they have like new, there's excellent, excellent plus, and they all have a number system assigned to them. They do sell some as-is gear, which may be broken or not work. They have also a rating called ugly, which is basically if the gear is just in really, really bad shape. They're very honest about how the condition of the gear is. And as I mentioned, even if it says it's a bargain, like a 70 to 79 rating, I've shown you some of the lenses that I bought that were a bargain rating. They're still practically almost new in my opinion. So I've talked to some other people that have purchased from KEH, and they say kind of the same thing. Even their bargain gear is better than a lot of other places' gear that's rated excellent. One of the other cool things about KEH.com is if you have some old camera gear lying around the house, let's say up in the attic, you find something, you're just going to get rid of it, you can actually come onto their site and put in what type of gear you have, and they will give you a quote for how much they will give you for it. So for example, if I wanted to sell my D3400 and my D3100, I could put in all the information on my cameras, all the lenses I have, everything together, and they'll give me a package quote for all of my gear. And then I send it to them at their warehouse. They'll do a final look at it, and then they send you basically your money. So it's a pretty cool system, and it's kind of funny too because their warehouse is actually just right outside Atlanta, Georgia. And when I was on the website the first time, I didn't know that, and I ordered the 3 lenses, did the rush shipping with FedEx, and then realized like 2 days later I could have just driven over to the place. It's maybe 30 minutes from my office, and just picked the stuff up at the warehouse instead of having to have it shipped to the house. So that was kind of funny, and I know that for the future now I can just actually go over there physically and look at the stuff there. Request it, and they'll bring it out from the warehouse for you to view. So if you're in the Atlanta area, you can actually go to KEH directly. They're in Smyrna, Georgia. Pretty easy to find on the internet. So, but like I said, just an amazing place to buy camera gear. Probably, in my opinion, from what I've looked at, the best place online to buy used camera gear. And as I said, I think you can't go wrong with this. If you're looking to get into photography, if you're in photography and you're just trying to save some money on gear, you can feel confident buying used lenses or other equipment off of this website with their rating system and everything else. And it's now my go-to site. Instead of watching things on Amazon, I've actually got a wish list set up on KEH. I check it every 2 to 3 days to see what's going on, to see what kind of equipment they have, if I can pick up anything new at a bargain. So it's definitely been a godsend for me in terms of allowing me to get a little bit more advanced into my photography at an earlier stage, just because I've been able to afford some better gear. using their website. So that's probably been the best thing about it for me. And like I said, if you guys are getting into photography, great site for you to check out to buy your first camera. Even if you want to get an older camera, maybe you're not even wanting to get a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, you maybe just want to get an old point and shoot camera, you can find a couple year old Sony or Panasonic or really any type of point and shoot camera for dirt cheap, probably under $100, still in really good condition. So definitely check out KEH.com if you're looking for any kind of camera gear. Before you go buy it new or refurbished, definitely check this website and see what they have there. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Ran a little bit longer than I wanted to, but like I said, I'm going to be reviewing and doing a field test with all the lenses that I purchased. I also have a Rokinon 14mm lens I got for astrophotography that I'm going to be taking a look at as well. So there'll be a lot more photography videos coming up on the channel. The gaming has kind of been on the back burner right now because there's just not much out that I've been playing, and this is kind of one of my hobbies I wanted to share with everybody online. So there's going to be a lot of pictures coming when I do those lens reviews. You guys will hopefully be able to see some of that stuff. So really exciting times for me right now. My hobby, I'm just really enjoying it, really having a lot of fun going out after work every day, getting out on the trails and doing a little hiking and getting a lot of photos. So stay tuned for that, guys. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again next time.